I mean, where is it? I mean, blink twice if you need help. We don't know where American Riviera Orchard is. We are getting a glimpse of where it's going. Where is the Limonada podcast that she announced in February? You look at Archwell, decrease in donations by $11 million. They lost their $20 million Spotify deal. Rumors that Netflix won't renew their contract.
Right now, Meghan Markle is once again at the center of intense discussion, as reports continue to circulate about professional setbacks and ongoing changes within her team. Some sources claim that multiple staff members have stepped away over time, raising questions about what may be happening behind the scenes. At the same time, there are suggestions from certain insiders that tensions have been building, with pressure mounting as public expectations remain high. In some reports, Prince Harry's role has also been brought into the conversation, with speculation about how both of them are navigating these challenges together.
So Harry and Meghan are in a very difficult position right now because their reputation is at stake. Are they too difficult to work?
So what exactly is going on? And why is his name now being pulled into it? Let's break down what's being said and what we actually know. Some reports go even further, suggesting that frustration within the situation may be affecting those closest to her, including Prince Harry. According to certain insiders, there have been moments where the pressure of recent setbacks has created tension behind the scenes. It's also being discussed that expectations following their departure from royal duties may not have fully aligned with how things have unfolded in reality. While both Meghan and Harry have pursued independent projects, the results have sparked mixed reactions from the public and media alike.
Meghan Markle seems like she is in the loony bin, and no disrespect to anybody who's ever been in the loony bin, those who might be watching us in the loony bin right now. But
at the center of it all is a broader question. Were those expectations simply too high? Or is this just part of a longer adjustment period as they continue building their path outside of royal life? According to some reports, the pressure from recent developments may be taking a toll behind the scenes, even if public appearances and social media continue to present a more composed image. This contrast has led to growing speculation about how things are actually unfolding privately. One of the main talking points has been her recent media projects, particularly the reception surrounding her Netflix content. While expectations were high, reactions from viewers and critics have been mixed, with some praising the effort and others questioning the direction. Moments like this can naturally bring added pressure, especially when projects are closely watched on a global scale. For many observers, it raises a bigger question. Are these setbacks temporary, or do they signal a more challenging phase in rebuilding a public and professional brand? Another point that has been widely discussed is the future of her recent projects, with some reports suggesting that certain plans may not be moving forward as expected. While details vary depending on the source, the overall reaction has added to the ongoing conversation about how these ventures are being received. At the same time, attention has also turned to changes within the Sussex team. Over the years, multiple staff transitions have been reported, which some observers interpret as part of the natural evolution of a growing operation, while others see it as a potential sign of internal challenges. There have also been claims, though not confirmed, that the working environment can be demanding, something that continues to fuel debate around leadership and expectations behind the scenes.
But Meghan Markle, it's like she's doing arts and crafts, and they've given her those scissors they give to children where they don't have any sharp edges. They're like, let the girl do arts and crafts under supervision. Let her play in the fake kitchen with the camera crew. Nothing about this feels real to me.
With all of this happening at once, attention has naturally shifted to how both Meghan and Harry are handling the situation together. Some commentators suggest that moments like this can put pressure on any partnership, especially when both personal and professional lives are so closely connected in the public eye. There are also discussions about whether Harry is being placed in a difficult position, balancing support for Meghan while also navigating his own public image and responsibilities. Others, however, argue that this is simply part of their shared journey, and that challenges like these are expected when building something new outside of royal structures. What's clear is that the situation has become bigger than just one project or one headline. It's now about perception, expectations, and how the two of them move forward from here. At the same time, public reaction has become a major factor shaping the narrative. Every new headline, every update, and even small moments are being closely analyzed across social media and news platforms. Some viewers believe the criticism has been amplified, arguing that high-profile figures often face disproportionate scrutiny. Others feel that with such visibility comes accountability, especially when projects are positioned on a global stage. This divide in public opinion has only added more pressure to the situation. Instead of a single clear narrative, there are now multiple interpretations unfolding at once, making it harder to separate what is confirmed from what is simply speculation. And as that conversation continues to grow, it keeps both Meghan and Harry firmly in the spotlight, whether they intend to be there or not. Specific team changes have also drawn attention, with reports noting that several key figures who were previously connected to their projects have since moved on.
Saying he's not really doing anything, glorified house husband. And, you know, God bless Meghan. At least she's got her own solo ventures. Harry, it doesn't appear that he's got that. His last big solo venture was Spare, and well, we know how that went down. Massive pay packet, but reputational.
While transitions like this can happen for many reasons, it has still added to the wider discussion around how operations are being managed behind the scenes. At the same time, there has been growing conversation around Meghan's business ventures, particularly her lifestyle brand. Some reports suggest that the rollout may not have met expectations, with mentions of product confusion, branding challenges, and adjustments being made along the way. Observers have pointed out instances where items appeared to be removed or updated without clear explanations, which only added to the uncertainty. Whether these are early-stage growing pains or signs of deeper issues is still up for debate, but it's clear the launch has sparked more questions than answers. Another angle that has been gaining attention is the perception of support within celebrity circles. Some commentators have suggested that public associations may not be as visible as they once were, leading to speculation about shifting dynamics in those spaces. There have also been claims, largely unconfirmed, that certain high-profile figures are choosing to keep their distance, though this remains part of ongoing online discussion rather than verified fact. At the same time, specific public appearances have sparked debate, with some viewers questioning timing and optics, while others see it as normal behavior taken out of context. As with much of this situation, opinions remain divided, highlighting how quickly perception can shift when every move is closely watched and widely interpreted. As all of these conversations continue to build, the bigger picture starts to come into focus. This isn't just about one project, one appearance, or one headline. It's about how public perception can shift over time. For Meghan, the challenge now seems to be rebuilding momentum while navigating constant scrutiny. For Harry, it raises questions about how involved he wants to be in these situations and how they move forward as a team. Some believe this is simply a difficult phase that comes with high visibility and ambitious projects. Others see it as a turning point that could reshape how they are viewed long-term. Either way, the situation is still evolving, and people are watching closely to see what their next move will be.
It wasn't even a hard choice, Tash.
Looking ahead, the real question is how they choose to respond. Moments like this often define the next phase of a public figure's journey, whether that means adjusting strategy, stepping back, or pushing forward with a new approach. Some observers believe a reset could be necessary, focusing on fewer projects with clearer direction. Others think they will continue expanding their brand, using the attention, positive or negative, to stay relevant in an increasingly competitive space. For Harry and Meghan, every move now carries added weight. The spotlight hasn't faded, it's only become more focused. And as the conversation continues to grow, one thing is certain: whatever happens next will be watched, analyzed, and debated just as intensely as everything that came before. For some observers, the situation has been described as increasingly uncertain, like navigating a moment without a clear direction forward. Another point that has been widely discussed is the perception of shifting influence within celebrity and social circles. Public appearances are often closely watched, and even small details can quickly become talking points. At one recent high-profile event, where several well-known figures were present, online discussions focused on who interacted with whom and who didn't. Some viewers noted the absence of certain expected moments, which led to speculation about changing dynamics. However, it's important to note that these interpretations are largely based on observation rather than confirmed intent.
We're told that it was totally cool to post, and then after it was posted, I think they realized it was Remembrance Day, and they didn't want to be seen at a party, even though it's already up.
Still, in an environment where visibility often equals influence, moments like these can quickly shape public perception, whether accurate or not. All of this has led to a wider conversation about expectations versus reality. When public figures make a major transition, especially one as visible as stepping away from royal duties, there's often an assumption that success will follow quickly and smoothly. But in reality, building something new at that level takes time, consistency, and the right strategy. Not every project will land the way it's intended, and not every move will be received positively. For Meghan, the current moment may reflect that gap between what was envisioned and how things are unfolding. For Harry, it places him in a position where he is both part of the journey and affected by how it's perceived. And as that gap becomes more noticeable, it's what continues to drive the conversation forward. As these conversations continue, even small details have started attracting attention. At one point, a new ring worn on her right hand sparked online discussion, with different interpretations quickly circulating. Some viewers saw it as a personal style choice or a symbol of independence, while others speculated it could be a response to ongoing rumors. However, none of these interpretations have been confirmed, and much of the discussion remains speculative. Still, moments like this highlight how closely every detail is being watched. Even something as simple as an accessory can become part of a much larger narrative. For many observers, it reflects the broader pressure of maintaining a public image, especially when expectations around influence and success continue to evolve in real time. There has also been ongoing discussion about expectations tied to public identity and how that translates into audience engagement. Some observers suggest that recognition alone doesn't always guarantee long-term success, especially in competitive industries like media and lifestyle branding.
And then it's just been chaos with trademarking issues, stock issues. Turns out that factories are producing it and Meghan's just white labeling everything, which means that they're sold by the same products are sold for other companies just under different labels, and Meghan's markup is 3 times more than everybody else's. It has been.
Recent reactions to various projects have been mixed, which has only added to the broader conversation. At the same time, reports have mentioned increasing media scrutiny, along with speculation about shifting relationships within their wider network. According to some sources, this combination of pressure, from public expectations, business outcomes, and constant attention, may be creating tension behind the scenes. There are also claims that Prince Harry has been caught in the middle of this, though these remain unconfirmed and part of ongoing discussion rather than established fact. At this point, the situation seems to be less about any single setback and more about how everything is unfolding at once. When multiple challenges happen simultaneously, public criticism, business pressure, and constant media attention, it can quickly create a sense that momentum is slipping. For some observers, this moment represents a critical turning point. The way Meghan and Harry respond now could shape how they are viewed going forward, both individually and as a couple.
On the royal front, bad news for the Sussexes as Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's chief of staff, a man called Josh Kettler, has reportedly quit after just 3 months in the...
There is still room for recovery, especially in a landscape where public opinion can shift just as quickly as it forms. But it will likely require a more focused approach and clearer direction. Because right now, the conversation isn't slowing down, and neither is the level of scrutiny surrounding them. What happens next may ultimately come down to how they choose to recalibrate. In situations like this, public figures often face a decision, step back and reassess, or move forward and try to reshape the narrative in real time. Some believe a quieter approach could help reset expectations, while others think they will continue engaging publicly and pushing new projects despite the criticism. For Meghan and Harry, the challenge isn't just about managing headlines. It's about maintaining credibility while navigating constant attention. And with so many eyes watching their next move, even the smallest decision could play a significant role in how this story develops from here. At the same time, it's important to recognize that much of what's being discussed comes from a mix of reports, interpretations, and public reaction, rather than fully confirmed details. High-profile figures often find themselves at the center of narratives that can evolve quickly, sometimes taking on a life of their own beyond the original facts. Because of that, separating perception from reality becomes increasingly difficult, especially when every moment is analyzed in real time. For viewers, this creates two parallel stories, one based on what is seen and reported, and another shaped by speculation and opinion. And somewhere between those two versions is where the truth usually sits, still unfolding. In the end, this situation highlights how quickly narratives can build around public figures, especially when expectations are high and visibility never fades. For Meghan and Harry, the focus now isn't just on what has already happened, but on what comes next.
So, yes, there is a meltdown. Yes, she is blaming Prince Harry. That's why he is struggling so much. That's why the scenes at the basketball were so awkward. But I mean, the reality is here, she only has herself to blame, right?
Every move, every appearance, and every decision will likely continue to shape how they are perceived. Some will see this as a temporary setback. Others may view it as a more significant shift. But until there are clearer outcomes or direct statements, much of the conversation will remain driven by interpretation. And that's exactly why this story continues to hold attention, because people are still trying to figure out what it all really means. And that brings us to the bigger question. What does this moment actually mean for them long term? Right now, there are more questions than answers. Is this just a difficult phase that will pass, or is it a sign of a deeper shift in how they operate and are perceived publicly? Some believe they will adapt and come back stronger with a more refined strategy. Others think the pressure may continue to build if expectations and outcomes remain misaligned. What's certain is that the spotlight isn't going anywhere. And as this story continues to develop, people will be watching closely to see whether this becomes a turning point or just another chapter in an ongoing narrative. Some reports suggest that there may be differing perspectives behind the scenes on how their public image has evolved over time. According to certain insiders, ongoing tensions connected to the royal family have continued to shape how they are perceived, with some believing this has influenced audience interest in their projects. At the same time, there are claims that the pressure of constant scrutiny may be affecting both of them.
Is in full meltdown mode and blaming Prince Harry. This is over the loss of multiple staff members. I would just remind Ms. Markle that Harry did not suffer from a massive churn in staff before he met you.
Though these points remain part of broader speculation rather than confirmed details. What do you think about everything that's been discussed? Is this just another phase or something more significant? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow Throneza for more updates like this.